Thank you for the opportunity to participate in this side event on Ukraine with a focus on your Women, Peace, and Security National Action Plan and the importance of the protection of the rights of all Ukrainians in the recovery and in the promotion of human rights. I regret that I cannot be with you in person, but I want to assure you that we at the Georgetown Institute for Women, Peace, and Security will continue to support you at this critical time in all of the ways that we can. I want to salute the Ukrainian government for sponsoring this timely event on the importance of Security Council Resolutions 1325's framework to the ongoing war, as well as its focus on human rights. And I want to commend the governments of Canada and Sweden for your leadership on women, peace, and security and its commitment, and for your commitment to Ukraine. As the full-scale invasion of Ukraine continues to rage, the world is witnessing a daily assault on civilians, an assault that constitutes severe violations of human rights in the form of crimes against humanity and war crimes, including rape, which is being perpetrated pervasively as a weapon of war. At the same time, the world is also witnessing the courage, heroism, and steadfast commitment to democracy of Ukrainian women and civil society. Ukraine's National Action Plan on Women, Peace, and Security, first adopted in a time of war with Russia's attack on eastern Ukraine, it has been implemented to ensure women's meaningful inclusion in all areas of peace building and conflict resolution, and also to recovery and reconstruction. Today, women in Ukraine are engaged in critical decision-making, leading humanitarian relief work, serving in the security sector, serving in parliaments and as diplomatic advocates, and documenting war crimes, and so much more. It will be critical in the months ahead to ensure women's participation in any peace negotiations, as well as in recovery and reconstruction. I wish to briefly underscore the vital importance of the role that women and civil society must play in Ukraine's post-war recovery, placing gender equality and women's meaningful participation at the forefront of recovery efforts, because that is absolutely essential. This means recognizing that the war is affecting women and girls differently from men and boys, and taking into account their needs and priorities from the start of the recovery and reconstruction process to its ultimate conclusion. It also means ensuring women in civil society who have been absolutely indispensable as the first responders in the war, ensuring that they are central to planning, distribution, and oversight of the funds that will be used in the reconstruction effort. Ukrainian women and civil society organizations are leading humanitarian relief work. Local women-led groups have expanded their role in communities and are using their networks to get critical assistance to people. With access to more marginalized and hard-to-reach communities, they are also well-suited to contribute to the recovery effort. Women who are protecting the country from the inside know how to be crisis managers now, and their skills will be needed for the whole country in the recovery effort. Women are well positioned to help strengthen anti-corruption measures, to modernize the energy sector and drive Ukraine's reform agenda. Moreover, Ukraine's National Action Plan recognizes that women must be engaged, and I quote here, in every step of the reconstruction process. And this means being present in those donor convenings that are taking place to chart the way forward with reconstruction and recovery. Let me just mention a few key areas to consider. Reconstruction should enable active women's participation in Ukraine's recovery and post-war society. International finance institutions and private donors should invest in women-owned and women-led businesses, for small and medium-sized businesses are critical to future inclusive growth in the country. They're important as well as local NGOs, women-led groups, and human rights monitoring efforts, all of whom can work together with the government on aid delivery and oversight, creating the jobs that both men and women will need. This will be crucial in the post-war period, absolutely crucial. Private sector investments should focus on rebuilding social infrastructure and services to reduce the burdens on women, to reincorporate internally displaced people, to strengthen the economic recovery, to reestablish schools and hospitals that are going to be so critical to bring the society back to where it needs to be, and to bring it back in a very forward-looking way. Also, physical infrastructure reconstruction is not enough alone. It needs to be paired with a comprehensive social, human-centric recovery that will meet the needs of Ukrainians at the community level. Women in civil society will need psychosocial support, financial resources, and skills training, both to benefit from and contribute to the reconstruction. And finally, new reporting mechanisms like the digital ecosystem for reconstruction management, the so-called DREAM process, should be supported to allow transparent, accountable, and equitable use of funds. This too will be critically important. In sum, the transition from war to recovery provides an opportunity to build forward. But recovery will be realized only if women and civil society are fully involved in the rebuilding. And it must be informed by the realities on the ground. This is something all of you understand. And this is the critical task before all of us. And it is absolutely critical to protect human rights. Thank you.